Texas law enforcement can no longer arrest people suspected of illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexico border again, just hours after the country's top court said that for now they could. The legal whiplash came from an appeals court who halted the enforcement of the Republican-backed state law ahead of oral arguments on the issue scheduled for Wednesday morning. Earlier on Tuesday, the U.S. Supreme Court had cleared the way for it to go into effect before the appeals court decides on its legality, ruling 6-3 along the justices' ideological lines. The judicial back and forth began last December, shortly after Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed the contentious measure to criminalize unauthorized border crossings into law.
I have used a clause in the Constitution that empowers states to defend themselves.
Abbott has said the state law is needed due to President Joe Biden's failure to enforce federal laws to criminalize illegal entry or re-entry, leaving Texas to, quote, fend for itself. The state law's penalties threaten offenders with up to 20 years in prison. The Biden administration sued in January to block the measure, arguing that it violates the U.S. Constitution and federal law by interfering with the U.S. government's power to regulate immigration. And various courts have paused and unpaused its enforcement as the case has traveled through layers of the legal system. Biden's approach to the record numbers of migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border has drawn sharp criticism from Republicans. However, in February, it was Republicans who scuttled a bipartisan Senate deal that would have bolstered border security and tightened immigration laws after Donald Trump pushed members of his party to reject it. Biden said blame for the bill's failure lay with the pressure from Trump, who, quote, thinks it's bad for him politically.